Hello, lads and lasses. Hey, if you like today's lesson, then become the CEO of YouTube and change its name to ArtTube, and then only stream art videos, as this would really help spread the good word about my class. Okay, everybody, today we are going to start drawing, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do line drawing. So the first thing I want you to do is you're going to need a piece of paper, like a piece of copy paper. Now, the paper that I'm using is extra big for demonstration purposes to make it easy to see on the video. But if you have a piece of copy paper or a piece of notebook paper, that's fine. Whatever you have, get a piece of paper and use a pencil. Now I'm using a marker to make it easy to see on the video. If I were to use a pencil, it'd be very difficult to see. So when I draw with a marker, you draw with a pencil. All right, the first thing I want you to do on your piece of paper is to fold it in half. So fold it in half. And then fold it in half, hamburger style. Have you ever heard your elementary teacher call it hamburger style? So you fold it in half, hamburger style. The other way, this way, is hot dog style. It's like folded like a hot dog bun, and then this is folded like a hamburger bun. All right, and draw a line down the fold. And then draw a line down the fold. For those of you in class and at home, I want you to write your name in the upper left-hand corner. So name. And then if things go back to normal, this is how I want you to write your name is we turn our paper upside down and we write our name again in the upper left-hand corner. And then we turn the paper upside down and write our name in the upper left-hand corner. And then turn our paper around and write our name in the upper left-hand corner. That's how I do things when things are normal. And the reason for that is that when I'm passing back papers, sometimes they're right side up, sometimes they're upside down. And all I have to do is just look in the upper left-hand corner, no matter where it is. It's the upper left-hand corner, or the upper left-hand corner. So it makes it easy for me when I'm passing back papers in class. All right, so choose any side and any corner. It's fine, but I want you to copy the definition for drawing or line. All right. Since I taught you guys about line and then you wrote a critique about line, and now I'm teaching you how to draw with line. So write line. And you can write this smaller because we're going to be drawing in this space. And in fact, in a few minutes, I'm going to get a clean sheet of paper to be able to draw into that space. But if you're writing with a pencil, you're able to write a lot smaller and use up less space. But a mark, A-M-A-R-K, drawn with a pointed moving tool. And in today's instance, that pointed moving tool is going to be a pencil. All right, you can pause that if you want to write it down, but I'm going to move on. Another definition is the path of a dot through space. And once again, I want you to write smaller because we're going to be drawing in this space. I'm writing big to make it easy to see on the screen. And then I want you to write contour drawing. and that is drawing the outer edges of an object. All right, those are the two definitions that I want you to know. Okay, I'm just going to give you guys a couple of notes or a couple of things to think about when you are drawing. A lot of people are nervous about drawing or they think they can't draw, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips. One tip I think of when I draw is that, and you don't have to draw this, just listen, but I think of drawing as a puzzle. Do you guys ever do puzzles? I know you might have done puzzles before, but each line is like a puzzle piece. And if you look at a puzzle when it's all disconnected and look at a puzzle piece, it doesn't make much sense when it's by itself. But when you connect it to another piece and another piece and another piece, it begins to build a picture. And that's what drawing is like. You know, one line it doesn't make any sense. But when you add another line and another line and another line, it begins to build a picture. And that's how drawings are made. All right, so that is one piece of information that I would like you to think of when drawing a picture, that each line builds a picture. When you add them all together, you have a final picture. All right, another thing that I want you to think of when you're drawing a picture is the difference between your brain and your eyes. So now your brain knows what things look like. For example, we're going to be drawing hands today, and your brain knows what a hand looks like. And if you were to draw a hand, you know, if I asked you to draw a hand, you might draw something like this. You know, it's got fingers, your hand has fingers, and it has a thumb, and you have fingernails, and you have knuckles, and your fingers have lines on them. And I don't know, you have hair on the back of your hand or something. All right. And that's all right. So that's that's so bad. All right. But if I showed this to anybody, and as bad a drawing as it is, and asked them what it was, I think it would be universally obvious that this is a hand, you know, even a deformed hand. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to ignore what your brain is telling you. And I want you to use only what your eyes are telling you. So I'm going to give you guys an example of how this works. I am going to rest my hand in a position that is comfortable like this. And I am going to draw it line by line. I'm going to get some tape here. Just a second. Reaching over, getting the tape. I'm going to tape this down so that the paper doesn't move when I draw, because I'm only drawing with one hand. You might do this at home too. And I think I'm going to move it up a little bit. There we go. All right, let's try this again. I am going to draw this hand one line at a time. And I'm going to talk out loud as I draw this hand. And the reason I'm going to talk out loud, I don't normally talk out loud when I draw, but the reason I'm going to talk out loud for this demo is I want you to understand, or I want you to hear the, there we go, we can see it better. I want you to hear the thought process that goes on in my head as I draw. So I'm going to start off with moving my mic over. All right. I'm going to start off with this line right there. And that is kind of like a slightly curved line. And then it bumps out. And that bumped out a little bit too much. And then it curves back this way. And then it curves back this way. And then it kind of goes straight like this. And then right here, it curves this way and back this way. And then there's a little line that goes like this. And then there's a straight line that goes this direction. And then it curves around like this. And right about right here on the line, there's a line that comes out this direction and it curves back this direction. It kind of goes straight and then it curves around like this. And then it curves, I see a curve like this. And then right about right here, there's a straight line that comes out this way. And this is almost like a straight line here. And this goes here. And right about right here, there's a line that goes this direction and connects with that line. And then it kind of goes in this direction. Then there's a line that goes up this way and around this way and back this way. And this almost touches that line and it comes back around and then connects with this one. And then I see a line that looks like this. And then that almost touches. And then right about right here, there's a line that comes out this direction and back down this direction. And then on this part of the curve, there's a line that goes this direction and it comes around. This comes around and hooks up with that line. There's a straight line and then it curves around like this. And then I see another line that comes back to here. And here. Oh, there's another piece of information that, or a little tip that I forgot to tell you guys. And that is, if we're drawing a hand, don't think of it as a hand. That's a little bit straighter there. Just think of it as a bunch of lines. So the image that I'm drawing is not a hand. It's just a bunch of lines. And I am looking for where the lines are. So there's just above where this curves around, there's a line that comes out this way and back this way. And then there's kind of a straight line. So that hooks up with that line and then goes back down around like that. And then this hooks up this way. All right, this line goes down here. And this one kind of goes like this. And then it's intersected by these lines. It goes like this. And then there's this big line that goes like this. It's intersected. There's like an oval shape right there. And then that. And then there's like an oval shape that doesn't quite intersect it. Maybe it does. And then it goes back in like this. And then there's this line. And this line. And this is kind of a long line like this. And this goes this way. And it's hard to see, but I think there's a line and that comes around. That's what it is. All right, and that comes out like this. That comes out like that. And that's like that. All right, now, of the two hands that I drew, which one is more realistic? The one that my eyes drew or the one that my brain drew? By the way, I'm very embarrassed by the one that my brain drew. In fact, I'm going to do another brain hand. There we go. That's much better. All right. But that's still one, even with a better hand. Which one of those is the more realistic? And it's the one with the eyes. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to draw your hand, put it in a comfortable position like I did. All right. And here's what I don't want you to do. Do not put your hand flat like this or flat like that and draw it, because that is too similar to what your brain thinks a hand should look like. All right. So if I did this, it looks a lot like that. All right. So if your hand is like this, then there's a lot more lines to do. And so you would draw it like this. Got it? All right. So in one of your sections on your paper, I want you to draw your hand. So put your non-drawing hand in a comfortable position, and I want you to draw it realistically. Use your eyes. Don't think of this as a hand. Think of it as a bunch of lines. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to go and set the timer right here. All right. Are you ready? You can pause the video and get ready. When you are ready, unpause the video. I'm starting the timer. So draw the first line that you see. Then draw the next line that you see. And it's like a puzzle now. You start building on those lines. And we're not drawing a hand, we're drawing a bunch of lines. So if you see a line that's at a diagonal and then curves around, then draw a line that's at a diagonal and curves around. Take it one line at a time. Do not give up before the time is up. Take it easy, take it slow. If you put your hand in an interesting, relaxed position, you should be able to draw it for the full 5 minutes. You have 3.5 minutes to go. All right, keep drawing your lines. One line at a time. Take it easy, take it slow. All right, we're halfway through the drawing. You should be halfway. You should not be finished. One line at a time. All right, we have 1.5 minutes to go. All right, you're in your final minute. Keep drawing. Keep drawing. Got 15 seconds to go. Don't stop before the end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, so let's go back to this. All right, now on your second drawing, this should be your first drawing. On your second drawing, I want you to hold an object with your non-drawing hand. And we're going to draw that. But this time, we're going to use light and dark lines. So this will help you control the pencil. So if I was going to draw my hand holding an object, I try to hold it in an interesting way. And this time, last time I drew from what I saw on the computer screen. This time I'm going to draw from what I see with my eyes. And but follow along. And when I draw a light line, it's going to look like this. And when I draw a heavy line, it's going to look like this. Hang on a second. All right, I'm going to start off with a light line. So it's going to look like this. And it comes around over here, and then I see another light line. So you're going to find an object to hold. And then once again, if you see, like I see a line that goes this direction, and then I see a line that goes this direction, and I see a line that goes this direction. You know, don't try to make it look like fingers. Just draw the lines that you see. Don't try to make it look like a thumbnail. All right, so I have a line that goes this direction, and then it comes around like this, and then up like this. And right here, I'm going to make the glasses have heavy lines. So the glasses go up like this and back like that. And then there's another one that almost touches. And it comes across like this. And then there's another line like that. And then another line comes up like that. And then right over here, the glasses makes a bump like this and goes up like that and comes across like this. And I see another line goes like this. And then there's a line, there's a curve like this. And then there's a line that goes in this direction. And there's another line that comes out here, comes back here, and then intersects with that one. And then this line, there's a bump that goes out this way, and it comes back in this direction. And that makes a loop like that. And this goes up like this. And I can just barely make out like a line that goes here, and then a line that comes out like this, like that. And then this makes a curve like this, and it goes like this. And then there's another line that comes like this and goes back like this. And then this almost bumps into it and then follows it around like this. And right about right here, there's a line that comes out, there's a bump and a bigger bump. And it gets intersected by a line that goes like this. And that gets intersected, and let's see, there's I'm gonna make that go down. There's a curve right here, and then there's this big line right here, and then a big line right here, and then that connects with the end of here, and there's a bump there, and then this line goes this way, and that kind of moves up like this, like that. And this line makes a curve like this. Yeah, I don't like that. Ugh. Let me go back. I'm fucking lost. Okay, for the second drawing, I want you to find an object and have your hand hold the object. And then I want you to draw your hand holding the object. So I'm going to hold a pair of glasses, and then I'm going to draw the glasses. And it's going to be a 5-minute drawing. But I'm not going to pay attention to the time, but I want you guys to Pay attention to the time. Spend 5 minutes on it. But and then on this drawing, I want you to have thick lines and thin lines. So I'm going to start out with a thin line. So I'm drawing that little line right there. And then that line curves around this way. And it curves this way. And right about, let's see, right about right here, there's a line that comes out here. And there's a thickness to this line, so it's more like a shape. And then I can see that this line right here is about the same thickness as that right there. So to make sure that if that's that thick, then I'll go this direction. And then so there's this white triangle right there. So then that's that white triangle right there. And this line up here connects with that one. So it goes like this. And then right about right here, see, right about right here, there's this line right here. So as this line comes around back this way, this line comes around back this way, that line goes this way, and then on the other side, it continues on and then kind of goes down like that. And that's the line right there, and then right there, and then it comes down. All right. Now, if I were to follow this line right here and make it go across like that, it goes like this, and then I could cross like that. And then there's this curve right here, and this curve meets in with this curve. And then if I look at the distance between this curve and that curve, so that's where the top of that curve is going to be. And then it makes a sort of straight line back this way, and it curves back that ever so slightly. And this kind of goes, it's an ever so slightly curve. So, and then if I follow this curve around, it touches there. And then not too much of a distance between there and there. This goes down and then curves around back to here. And I see a bit of a curve right in here. And then there's a curve right here. All right, from here, there's a curve out this way, and then it angles down and curves back. Whoops, that's a little bit too much. If I'm drawing with marker, I can't really erase. And then there's a line that comes out this way, and it kind of goes almost straight right there. And then a little bit below that, oh, there's this line, and then this line, and then this line. Whoops, I don't really like that, but I can't erase it. That's okay. It's the past. All right. And then I'm following this line right here, because there's a line right there. And again, notice I'm talking about this line. I've never mentioned fingers until now. And that's because I'm thinking of this not as a hand, not as fingers, not as glasses, but I'm thinking of it as just a bunch of lines. And that's that little triangle that's right in there. And right about right here is where the rest of that line comes out, and comes out this way. This kind of straightens out this way, and then there is the edge of that curve right here. All right, so that's how I want you to draw your hand holding an object. And remember, it's not just a hand, it's a bunch of lines. So go ahead and set a timer, probably on your phone, for 5 minutes, and draw your hand holding an object for 5 minutes, and then come back and I'll show you the third drawing that I want you to do. All right, so in this third drawing, we're going to do what's called a continuous contour. Write that on the third section. And in this one, in fact, I'm going to tape it down so that the paper doesn't move. Excuse me for a second. All right, tape it down so it doesn't move. And I am going to draw my hand holding this object without lifting up the marker. Right? For you, it'll be without lifting up the pencil. And if you were sitting in my class, I would be watching everybody, and I would walk around with a red marker and put a red mark on your paper if I saw the pencil point come off of the paper. But this is a lesson in concentration. So, I'm going to start with. All right, I see a line that goes like this. And so if you need to move to another piece of the paper, how are you going to do that if you're not allowed to let the pencil come off of the paper? So, and then I have a line that goes like this direction, and then this direction, and then go this direction. But I'm not allowed to let my finger or my pencil off the paper. So I've got to retrace my step. And then look right here. I didn't quite finish. I didn't complete that. So I'm going to go back and then complete that. And then there's a little bit of a line right here. And then right about right here, it comes out again and goes straight and then curves around like this. And this curves around like this. I have to retrace going back. And then I need to go all the way back around if I want to draw this part of the curve. And then I'm going to go way back up here and draw this line coming out this direction, and that gets intersected. And I want to draw the inside of that. Comes this way. And I'm going to retrace along this line. And then there's another line that comes in and whoops, it goes like that. If I can't lift my pencil point off the paper, then I can't erase. So this goes like this way, and then this goes this way, and then this goes back. And then I have another finger, whoops, I said finger, another line that goes this direction, and then around up here. And then I retrace it, and I come back over here in a straight line like this. And I retrace up here, and follow that line. It goes around this way, retrace my step, and then it goes this way. Now I'll retrace over here, and then there's a line, there's a big curve that comes around this way and into here. And then it comes back this way here. And then I'm going to have to retrace over here. There's a straight line that goes this way, and then it goes this way, and then it goes this way, and then it gets intersected by another line that goes this way, and it comes back out like this, and it comes out like that. It's not perfect, but I can erase it. All right, and then there's a line that comes here and here, and that gets intersected. Hopefully I've done this right. It goes like this direction and back this direction. Nope, I didn't do it right. That's okay, I can't erase it. It's all right. And that gets intersected with this line, which goes back to here. And there is something in here that goes like that. And then there's something, a black shape that looks like this. And then there's a black shape that looks like that. And then I have a line that goes this direction. I have a line that goes this way. All right, a lot of darkness in here. There's a line that goes like here. And then I want to get back over to the ID. So I'm going to retrace my step, and then I can make that ID happen. And then retrace around over here and do this ID, part of the ID. And then I can retrace down here. There's this, like, it's supposed to be a rectangle, but it's at diagonals. And then in here, and there's the shoulders, there's an oval, there's shoulders, and I know that I'm wearing a tie in that one, and I know that I have a goatee. All right. Oh, and that's a double line, so I need to go and do a double line. All right, then I'm going to jump over to that finger. I had to make an extra line, and then right around here, there's another shape. And then right around here, there's a shape, and I'm going to make it go around here. Now, right here is where the line comes out. It comes around. I'm going to back up and go this way. All right. And right about right here is where the back of that line comes, and then it comes this way. All right, so I've drawn my hand holding an object without lifting this off of the paper at all. All right, you can do it too. So I want you to do a 5-minute drawing, draw for the full 5 minutes, and draw your hand holding an object, a different object this time. And the more complicated the object is, the better you can draw for 5 minutes. And then I'll come back and we'll do our last drawing for the day. So pause the video, go and do your 5-minute drawing, come back and I'll give you the instructions for the final drawing. Okay, for this final drawing, we're going to call it a blind contour. So write blind contour on your drawing. And you can write it smaller than this. Give yourself plenty of space to draw. I only wrote blind contour big so that you can see it on the video. This is a looking exercise. It does not matter what your drawing ends up looking like. What matters is how you look or how you see the thing that you're looking at. So I want you to get a third object. What am I going to get? Oh, I have keys in my pocket. So I'm going to get keys. All right, so I'm going to hold my keys and I'm going to draw them. And I'm not going to look at my drawing as I draw it. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to put a piece of paper under the projector cam like this. And that blocks half of what it blocks what I'm drawing. I'm going to hold my hands with the keys, and I'm going to find a good place to start drawing. And this time it's going to be a 2-minute drawing. So set your timer on your phone for 2 minutes, and I'm going to do a 2-minute drawing of me holding the keys. So I can't see what I'm doing. All right, I've started drawing. So I see a curved line and then a kind of a straight line, and all right, I can see another curved line, and then it comes down like this. There's another curve, and then the top of the key. All right, I'm going to draw that. And then, oh, there's like the edgy part of the key. There's like lots of details to draw. And I drew that. All right, straight line back up that way. And then there's a curved line. And somewhere over here, there's another curved line and a diagonal line. And there's a curved. All right. And like that. All right, and then there's the circle with the eagle head on it. I'm trying to draw that. And there's the eagle, and it says Philadelphia, DELPHIA. There's a circle over here. And down here somewhere it says Eagles, EAGLES. And there's another circle within that. And then there's a little hook there that has the small circle and a little line like that. And there's a part of the keychain. Oh, and I haven't drawn the fingers yet. So I'm going to draw a finger up like this. And I'm going to draw a finger like that. There's a curve that way. And then right around there, there's a curve, straight line. And all right, so I was not able to see my drawing, and then that's what it ended up looking like. I'm going to do it again to show you guys what it kind of looks like as I'm drawing. So let's see it. All right. Let's turn this around. Get this. Oh, I got it. All right, there we go. All right, I am not going to look at. I'm promising you that I'm not looking at my drawing. All right, I want you to cover yours up though. There's a little line that comes out here, and then like that. Another curve, another curve, another curve. And all those get intersected by this big circle looking thing. But then that circle gets interrupted by this line, and that line goes like that. But I want to draw the eagle. So the eagle, so a line like that. And there's a jagged on the edges. There's lines that go like that. And then it says Philadelphia. So there's a Philadelphia. Oh, and then there's that circle. There's a little circle right there. And right next to that little circle, there's another bigger circle that comes out. And there's a bigger circle around that. And that has little circles in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little circles. And that's where the key ring comes in again. And then at the bottom of that circle with the little circles in it, there's the key. So it's a straight line. And then there's another straight line. There's another one. And it goes, there's a curve, and it comes down, it's flat. There's a curve, and it's flat. And then there's another one, and there's another one. And then this goes all the way around. And then there's I haven't drawn the fingers yet. So then there's one finger. And then right connected to it, there's another finger. And then that gets interrupted. And then that gets interrupted. And then on the other side of the keys, this, and then it comes around. There's a big line like that. And that's this. And it's curves, and then there's curves. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you don't look at your drawing. So do a 2-minute drawing of your hand holding an object. You're not allowed to look at what you draw as you draw it. So you can have a family member or a friend hold a piece of paper over your hand as you were drawing, and just like I did, I covered up my drawing. Where did it go? Yeah, that one. I had it covered up, and you couldn't see what I was doing, and then when I uncovered it, you could see all my mistakes. All right, so that's your assignment. I want you to load up your 4 drawings. So the 4 drawings is 1, 2, 3, 4. So hand, and then hand with an object. And then there's the continuous contour. And then there's the blind contour. Load up those 4 images, or you can show them to me on Friday, and then that's the assignment for today. All right, that's it for now. In the meantime, be a little art factory.